Dan, you have a question.
Hey, hey. Yeah, two things. So first one was, could we just go over quickly my offer? I'm kind of working on putting together like a lucid chart and want to just get your thoughts on that, like how to position it.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, cool. Let me share that really quick. Okay, so it's like for SaaS, and then I broke it into three phases, like the UGC and paid ads, like for Facebook retargeting. Um, Community building is like the back end offer. So I realized like trying to get people to do communities was just not happening, or at least like a lot of the brands just didn't have enough. The ones that I found so far, it was probably too expensive for them. So I figured that's kind of like a second stage.
Yeah.
And the third was monetization of the community. So then figuring out like growth or setters or something like that, or
Yep.
closers and that sort of thing. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if this makes the most sense because I was kind of on the fence about like, does UGC make sense for SaaS companies, right? Like, I don't see tons of content on like TikTok or, for example, of people using like a software or something like that. So I was
Yeah.
wondering, is it like creating short form? Is that really the offer? Like growing a
Um,
brand around a founder, or is it more like creating UGC or both? I don't know.
well, we know that. Well, so we got to start with the end in mind. What are we trying to solve for here?
Well, we want to grow like retention, or I mean, so we want to get more audience first off, and then later on the back end, like increase retention for SaaS companies.
All right, cool. Now, what is the main bottleneck here? What? So let's just pick a SaaS client as an example. Most of the time, what are they struggling with? Like, what is the bottleneck?
Um, it's a good question. Like definitely with their growth, it depends what stage they're at, right? Like so sometimes it's like getting their first 100, 500, or 1,000 people to use the product,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
And okay, can you on the side, um, can you just give me access to this doc, please?
Yeah, sure.
Because it is super important to understand who you're what segment of the market you're actually solving problems for. Because um, I think looking at an offer like this from just like, oh, the offer itself, like the offer, it's you can't judge the offer based on the offer. You gotta have some. I mean, you need to know who you're selling to first, and then we can judge it based off of that. So there's probably a few segments of the SaaS industry, right? Um, I'll try to show you. So segment one is, people are just trying to find product market fit, right? So these people haven't even, their goal is not even to get their first 100 clients. It's just literally just, can we even get one or two, three, five clients, right? And then segment two is, maybe 100 to 500 users or 500 users, right? And then here it's probably they're trying to just scale to like, thousands, 1,000, 5,000 plus users. Here they might just be trying to build like affiliates and, and just, you know, just scale, right? So now in each segment, there is a different bottleneck or constraint. And in order for you to know if your offer is good, you got to first figure out who are we going to sell here? Or this is maybe like scale and like efficiency. They're just trying to dial in their actual cost to acquire a client. They're trying to reduce it. They're trying to do all that good stuff, right? Um, for these people, UGC is probably not going to be any like it's not just going to this does not solve their problem, right? So then this segment is not it. Okay, actually, let's go over constraints. So so the constraint here is they need to prove that people want to buy their product, right? So that means that here they don't even have that. Now here they need to prove an acquisition channel, right? And build, something predictable where they can spend $1 and make $10 back, right? So and then here they kind of like need to introduce multiple acquisition channels, right? And then do it profitably. Now, what problems does introducing new channels bring? Well, we know that it's going to bring more ad creations. We're going to need more ads. By needing more ads, we need more creatives. We need more people copywriting. We need more people editing, or it's probably part of also like the creative side of things. So what else? Like funnels, etc. Right? And then here, I think segment 4 we can leave it out for now, because I don't think you can go after them if you want. So okay, here, what is the constraint? So for someone who's trying to start, who's trying to scale and find a predictable, and consistent acquisition channel, what is their constraint, in your opinion?
I think they have usually like a lack of systems, and they also have a lack of, sometimes they can't put a lot of money behind ads too. So they are kind of limited there. So they're working with smaller teams, or they're really busy. Like I noticed a lot of these guys are doing a bunch of stuff too. Like one person's doing multiple roles. So they're like really spread thin. So like I see for them, I see like a done for you approach kind of making sense. Like I at least that's been on a few calls from like my feedback. They're just like, look, I don't have time to make TikTok videos. I don't have time to film stuff. I just want someone that can do this for me. Or some of them are like, look, I like to make content. I'll do the content myself. That's fine. I just need you to figure out how to make it viral on this platform, because they're doing, like, for example, YouTube content, but they have no idea how to do this new channel, right?
So I think for you, it's like you're really going to be figuring out here or here, right? Okay, so here we know that they lack capital and they lack people or actual experts. And then here they just need they just want to literally just 10x what they're doing, right? Now, if we know that they lack capital, okay, then, and they lack experts, for sure, they're going to need something affordable. They're going to need people who know what they're good at. Now, now let's go over what mechanisms can we offer them that are affordable. What would be something in 2023 that we would use to scale a SaaS offer in an affordable way?
So outbound, probably.
Okay. Outbound, well, outbound doesn't work too well if the product is under a specific price, right? So, but yes, outbound is one thing. What is the next?
Content, like organic.
Content. All right. What else?
Yeah, as you said about the price, like maybe setters or something like. Well, I guess that goes into outbound.
That's the outbound,
yeah. They could do ads depending. Yeah.
Well, ads, it better be an affordable thing, right? So
Right.
it could be like we run engagement ads to their content, and then we retarget them with an offer type of thing, right? I don't know if you ever saw one training I did, probably not, but because I think I did it in the $500,000. But you can do like a paid acquisition where I'll try to show you real quick. So if you look at this strategy, I spent, let's say, $3K to get 637,000 people. These are like the amounts of people I reached for $3,000. And I could retarget these people with like an offer type of thing, right? So this could be like a good affordable offer where you kind of like, because normally if I spend $3,000, at an average of, let's say, in my industry, it's pretty competitive. So sometimes it's like even 30 times, it's like $30, let's say CPM. I would have had to have spent I would have had to spend 21 grand to reach the same people, right? At a $30 CPM. I think the CPM here is $2.50, right? So to reach 1,000 people, I paid 2 grand. Now this is like engagement and then or some through play type of ad, and then I retarget them with an offer, right? So like that could be an ads strategy, okay? But I don't know if you watched this video I made on YouTube, but I mentioned this strategy around scaling SaaS companies, and I'll try to find
I
it.
think, did you put that one out like a week or two ago?
Yeah, like yeah, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Right. So, and then the one that the thing I shared is leveraging other people's communities. So actually finding influencers or people, like as an example, like myself. If you came where you have a great product, let's say it's a CRM, let's say that it helps with outreach, and you say, hey, Serge, can we partner together? I'll give you, a kickback or an affiliate thing or this and that. I'd be happy for us to do a joint venture where we do a Webby once a month for the next 3 months. And I just give you access to my audience, right? So now instead of you trying to go, and this is all it comes down to bring back to your offer. What we know they need is something affordable, and they need someone to do the thing because they're just busy building the product or doing some stuff that doesn't actually matter. So what they need is someone who can come in, build these mechanisms that can help them make money fast. And I think that for your time, because you probably don't also have a bunch of time, it's a lot easier for you to find guys like me, let's say 5, 10 of us, than it is to go find a pool of 100 UGC creators who will flake anytime that they don't get a deal every single day. Anytime that they don't get like their sugar or like their hit of commission, like they're just gonna fly away. So, but you could literally spend today, let's say your goal is to find people who build softwares for, let's say, the e-com industry, the service space, agency, consulting, coaching space, and then find these SaaS products. I would actually even ask you to niche down even deeper on specific verticals like the agency space or like the coaching space or the e-com space. Okay. Then make a list, maybe go on podcasts, find podcast hosts who have a good audience and message them and be like, hey, I partner with SaaS founders to help them promote their offers, their products. Would you ever be interested, or can I send you a video breakdown of this potential partnership, right? And then you kind of like are the middleman between these communities, right? And the actual founders who have products to sell. So now they can literally pay you 5K a month, or if they can afford more, maybe even 8K a month. And all you do is just connect them with the people, and then maybe do community content, and worst case, put a bunch of setters in their company, right? Like for that amount of for 7K, even if the SaaS founder doesn't have money, like this is a lot of value, right? Or
And is
for
that like
that amount of
one-off?
money.
Is that
What?
what you mean? Is that a one-off thing? So you'd say
No, no,
7K.
no, no. Every month they're paying you.
Okay. And so the content that's so basically so you're saying don't use leverage like UGC and stuff like that, because I've also had that headache just in my like few times of dealing with
Yeah,
UGC creators.
yeah,
I was like, this is not scalable. It's a headache. I've talked to other people like Francesco as well, who had the agency doing TikTok, and he was like, never again. Like this is not what I'm trying to do. So
yeah.
that makes sense. So I just in terms of like what is it that I'm doing that would be so different though? Like I just don't understand how I could leverage that and actually charge that price if I'm connecting them, right? Like with communities, right? So it takes me a little bit of time to figure out and build these partnerships and stuff like that. But like what would I be offering that's so fundamentally different from them just doing that same thing?
Well, they won't be able to do this because so what you're doing is you're editing the content, we're distributing it, right? So you're actually taking care of. So this is the thing I've learned, right? Over the last few weeks, I've just been thinking about this, because the goal is to have a client and never lose them, right? And this is something I've been doing in a dumb way. I've been dumb doing this. I've just been selling this program and not really trying to think of ways that I can keep serving you guys consistently forever. And I thought about it from a SaaS perspective. The reason a software is someone doesn't mind paying month after month is because month after month that thing provides value, right? So if you want to build something that's sustainable, you have to be able to month after month provide value, right? Now these consulting models or these coaching programs, they're flawed in a manner of like, as soon as you experience it, it kind of like has no more value in a way, right? Because after the first month, it's like, okay, it's just the same old shit. So let me not even be here anymore, right? Unless it's a great community, you have great people in there, people killing it, okay? But for me, I realized that like, okay, well, I need to figure out a way to keep serving clients who can afford it. Not everyone can afford to keep paying someone to support them, but for those who can, I'd love to keep serving you guys and providing value week after week, forever, as long as you guys need it. But anyway, for you, the thing is, we know that just creating partnerships is not just going to retain them, because as soon as you created that partnership, oh, bro, you have no more value. So that's not really what we're just going to offer. So instead, what we're going to do is you're also going to come in and just help them, offer these, bonuses of like, hey, create the content. We have an editing team. We'll just edit it for you and then redistribute it on TikTok, Shorts, and Reels, right? And then you're going to be coming in here and also like, looking at their paid partnerships. You're going to be kind of like building this vertical for them. And then from all these webbies, they're going to be getting attention. From all the content being distributed, they're going to be getting attention, right? So what you want to do is convert this attention into an audience. We're not rushing things. This is not, oh, they do it for one day and then they're rich. No, we want to, turn attention, into owned attention. Right? And we do that by, you can create a Facebook group, a Telegram group. It doesn't matter. You figure out what the founders are comfortable with and what the audience is. And then once the audience is there, 100, 1,000, 2,000 people, put an appointment setter, right? And then you're converting this into just, money from there. Now you can come in here and, kind of like split this into, it can be this, or it can even be paid acquisition, right? But the same logic works the same. Do something that they need consistently. Offer a few things that, are going to change their game for them, which could be paid acquisition or partnerships, and then create an audience for them. Don't lead with like, hey, we'll build a community. No, just say that, hey, we want to create an owned audience. And then, hey, once we have this, we're going to help you convert that attention into appointments. You can do it. You can do this. You don't have to do it through Done For You, because you may not have the operations that can allow you to do this. Because appointment set and running teams is pretty hard, but you can do like consulting for here, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Now my question to you is, don't like, I mean, you've watched the video, so you kind of like have already seen this, but like, how comfortable which do you feel comfortable delivering, and which do you have like no idea of how you could do?
I'm a little unclear, like the partnership side of things. Is it just what's different from that? And is that getting in front of other people's communities, like leveraging other communities?
No, this is more so like an actual partnership. Like you're actually either paying the person for like promotion, or you're just doing a promotion and then giving him a percentage of the sales.
Okay, and that would be like in the form of webinars or something like that, for example.
Yeah.
Okay, or podcasts or whatever.
Yep.
Okay, and then from there, So what's the way of capturing that audience? It's like some sort of a, after that they listen to the podcast, and at the end there's like a
Yeah, there's just
seat.
a call to action, either a landing page like, hey, access this valuable asset. Let's say the founder maybe creates like a free promo thing for like, hey, if you're watching this podcast and you want to have a trial, you have something we've never done before, which is a free trial, and then do like give just more value to attract people. And then as soon as they access it, maybe you put them in a group, and then you just keep doing that. You just repeat this thing until the founders are pretty dialed in, and then you should, yeah, I think that's how I would personally do it.
Okay. And then the question, the other sort of delivery thing that I'm like a little unsure of is I don't really want to rely on these like UGC creators or whatever, if possible. But I still think this like building out content sounds really important. And that's what you're saying. Like we want to create value that's there every month, right? That they can't stop, that they need that value. So I'm wondering, what would you say is the best way to do that operationally? Is that like I have a team of people that are content creators, or is it just saying like, here, we'll give you outlines of like what to say, we'll edit it for you and put it out as long as you film for like an hour or two a week? Or how would you approach the content side of things?
You just edit and they create, you edit, you distribute. I don't think you said the thing is, it's great to think of like, oh, I want to have creators and then they can just literally remove everything from the founder's hand. But like the thing is, they can't even afford you, first of all. Like you don't want you don't want to make your service even more complex, because the more complex your service is, the more expensive you're going to be forced to become. It's not you're going to be, because the thing is, you don't want to just add the stuff just to like, so as an example, if I went to see someone who's making 3K a month and I'm like, hey, I'm going to place setters, I'm going to build your offer, I'm going to do the content for you, I'm going to do all this thing, it's like, that would be wonderful for them. But who's going to pay for all that?
Exactly.
He's
Okay.
not, and I'm not, because I'm trying to make money. I'm trying to run the business. So it's like, it's almost like, and I said this, or I don't know if I said this, but when I went to Layla, because I was just bringing up, like I was sharing, like, hey, well, we have a lot of clients who, we're building these things, but we've realized that like some clients aren't actually ready to have all these build outs, like these appointment setting teams, these offers. We have clients who literally complain because they were not ready to become managers. Because as soon as you go through the program, we give you things that you need to start managing. Your focus is not, oh, I need to become a doer. It's almost like, okay, I'm removed from doing, but I still need to manage. But most people are not ready for that. So it actually creates a bad experience for them. So instead, focus on what the people are ready for, which is maybe they're doing the content, but it's so annoying to redistribute, to edit, to make it actually fun and exciting and viral, whatever. So solve for that problem, right? To not solve for the creator or the actor when the guy never even wanted to film content in the first place, if you know what I mean.
Gotcha.
So you're kind of like solving for a problem that the people haven't solved, because that's what Layla told me. She's like, hey, like, you're solving people's problems that they haven't yet faced. So when you solve a problem, a pain that someone has not yet felt the pain, you're actually not doing anything for them. So they don't value what you're doing. So do not go full blown UGC creator. You know why UGC creator worked really well in ecom? Because brands already felt the pain of what it is to create ads, creatives. They always need creatives every single day. So for them, it's a solution that made sense, and it removed all the responsibilities from their hand. It's like, oh my God, I paid $50, $100 per video and someone else does it. Oh my God. Oh my, please, let's go. And that's why when it went crazy, everybody who's pushing TikTok and UGC started making ridiculous amounts of money in ecom, right? And till this day, there's like multiple seven-figure agencies who just focus on UGC and creatives. I mean, I think creatives is probably a bigger problem to solve for in ecom than anything else. Not media buying, nothing. Creatives is the thing, but it's because their main thing is acquiring clients through ads, right? Yeah. And also there's also another thing where it's like for the founder of SaaS, they need to understand the market. They need to understand the product. How the hell are you going to get a creator to understand the software or why the software even exists? You know what I mean? So the content will
Exactly.
not be as good.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about too. After seeing that, just even with some econ stuff, I was like, it's not very original. Like these, it's not a good take on it. Like that doesn't convince anyone, especially when you can tell that someone just like came up with that on the spot, didn't actually test it.
Yeah.
So the last sort of question about that is when I'm pitching this, it's about how do I get for these, you said there were sort of 3 or 4 categories, but if I'm pitching to the 2 and 3, like kind of
Yeah.
mid-sized ones that are gaining their audience and like scaling, the pain point is really just looking at like lack of capital, lack of experts, and then looking at how do we build systems to get you guys new clients and prospects that are using your product. Like that's this thing that they're struggling the most with, or what would you lead for? Because I think you've mentioned before, pitch them what they want and then sell what they need.
You mean for this segment?
Yeah, for segment 2 and 3.
Segment 2 and 3 are completely different. So I
Okay,
wouldn't
so
I wouldn't mention I wouldn't keep them in the same. I wouldn't think of them like in one thought. I would separate them in your
okay,
thoughts.
okay,
So this here, it's all about, you could literally go to a founder and be like, hey, you don't have a lot of capital. And for me, what I do is I solve for acquisition without needing a lot of capital. This is literally, that's your sales argument. I build affordable client acquisition systems for SaaS founders. How do we do that? Well, first of all, we help you guys get more reach organically. You create the content, we redistribute it, we make you famous. That's one. The next thing we do is we'll either do paid acquisition or partnerships. We'll find people who already have your audience, okay? And then we'll create partnerships where you can do webinars and to their audience and then give them a little 20% of, what you got. And then you also get the benefit of potentially doing call to actions to where you end up owning this audience too. So you're kind of like siphoning their audience to yours. And then we also help you do appointment set, right?
gotcha.
So yeah, so that's how we would kind of like do it.
Okay,
Does that make
perfect,
sense?
man. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is really, really super helpful, man.
Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, I'm glad you found a value. Now for here, it's all about launching new things, more of this. But now here becomes less about, oh, we don't have money to, hey, we have money, but and we want to just test new things. So here people will just be willing to test a lot of things. Yeah.
Testing. Okay. Okay. Um, I understand there's a lot of other people on here that want to ask questions too, so I want to leave the space, but I had one other question if there's a little time at the end or something like that, but sort of a more,
Yeah.
I don't know, just a strange one I couldn't get to the bottom of.
Cool. Anybody has any question?
Yo, I'm about to dip, but Dan, I sent a quick video in there. Alex Ramosi explains how he scaled Allen. It's the same system. He did it for his own business.
Yeah.
And that's what you're going to be doing and offering. So you can check that video out, but I got to go. So see you guys.
Yeah.
I want to target.
Yeah, that's what Hormozy did. He just found a bunch of people who had audiences of agencies. And that's how he did a mill in like 6 months with a software. I don't even know how he did it, which is berserk, but Jesus. But
That's
yeah,
wild.
like literally, like the thing is, don't start with like, oh, let me build out my audience. No, just go find someone who already has it, because someone already has the ideal client. So, but yeah, if you pull this off, it's gonna be really good. But you're gonna need to do a lot of homework.
Yeah, no, I know. I have a lot
Yeah.
to do. It's a bit different than what I was thinking of, but that's exciting. I'm not
Yeah.
like I'm excited to do it.